really comfortable, nice and clean. So it feels like you're in this truck that's got less than the actual low mileage that it's got. 44,762 miles right now on day 2 of the auction. This truck feels like it's got less miles than that. It's just really the coloring in it, the wear in it. It's really, really nice. So some of the maintenance history that I talked about on the walk around video, and I forgot to mention, or I forgot to show, there's a little bit of a, on the hood, there's a little bit of a paint imperfection around the very kind of front. I think it had a bug shield on it at one point, but there's no like paint chipping or anything. It's just you can tell there's a little bit of a blemish. But in any case, maintenance history in 17, I think, is when the tires were put on at about 37,000 miles. So there's not many miles on these tires, and they certainly look, they ride well, but they look really nice too. They've got big treads in them. The white balls are all nice and clean. They're not, you know, nicked up or scratched. And then I think the brakes were done at that point too, but I want to say somewhere between 17 and 19. I'm going to turn the defrost on a little bit. Had some all the brakes done, so the front brakes, the rotors, pads, even the calipers, wheel bearings, and then in the back the drum shoes were done, the seals, the you know, hardware kit, and the drive line as far as like the transfer case, that was done in 19. The rear differential, front differential, fuel filter. So a lot of stuff's been done, you know, within the last 7,000 miles, 3,000 miles, 7,000 miles. So the paperwork documents that. One thing that's really cool about this truck too is that it's got the auto locking hubs, so you don't have to get in and out of the truck to get into 4-wheel drive, which is a pain, because if you've driven anything that doesn't have them and you need to get into 4-wheel drive, chances are you don't want to get out of the truck. So you get out of the truck, lock the hubs, jump in, and you got mud all over your floor. So that's a nice feature. Not sure when Ford came out with that, because I've had trucks of this vintage that don't have that, so that's a nice option. Everything else works. The radio works, the power windows are nice and fast, the motors are strong, turn signals work. I mean, everything that you want to have works. Horn works, cruise control. You know, there's nothing on the truck that I know of that is not working. Just a super nice truck. I don't even know if, well, actually the tanks, you got 2 tanks and they both work. The dash is perfect. There's nothing that's even marked it up. I mean, obviously there's no cracks, but there's also no distinguishing marks of, you know, staining or anything like that. The exhaust has a little bit of a rumble. You know, it's not obnoxious at all, but it's just a little, there's just a little note there that you can tell it's got dual exhaust coming out the back, and it just gives you that little bit different exhaust tune. too is like the vents are absolutely clean. There's this truck is incredible. Last oil change was done at the dealership at Wesley Ford in Washougal, Washington. So it's got Ford Motorcraft parts, filter. So if you're taking your truck to the dealership to get an oil change, you're probably taking care of the truck.